So, Burn, it's in the end 3 points, hard earned 3 points, and the main thing, safety secured.
Yeah, I think Jono's just alluded to the fact it's not about how pretty it looks at times. It's about getting the 3 points, which cements our place in the league next season. Listen, when you've got a side that hasn't won in 20, a young side, pace, strong, in a low block, it was always going to be hard. We knew that. They've asked questions away at Darlington. They lost there Saturday against Kings Lynn. They lost heavily 10 games ago, but they've started to find a way to score goals. Their margins aren't 4s and 5s anymore. It's 1s and 2s, and credit to them. And you have to say that, and that's not just because we've won later on. They was organised. They know what they are. Like you said, they frustrated us. They was hard to break down. I thought they defended sets unbelievably first half, and we had 9 corners. I thought they defended really well. So credit to Farsley, but ultimately, yeah, the 3 points is what we came for. The 3 points is what we've got, and we'll look forward to Easter Monday now.
I was going to say, I mentioned it to John, I've mentioned it to Clark, and I mentioned it to Ackers in the past. It's about carrying momentum towards the end of the season and looking to carry that into next season now, isn't it?
Well, we're 3 unbeaten. We've got 7 points out of our last 9. On paper, you look at Scunthorpe, always going to be tough against top of the league. Then you go away to Leamington, who've got one of the best home records, and then you come to Farsley, who have got the worst record, and they give us a game as much as the other two have done. Let's not deny that. It's frustrating at times because you look at the league table and you look that they've not won in. I'm not saying we expect to come here and win easily, but the mentality sometimes is that they're not great and they'll roll over. That's not the case. He's got them organised, and you can see what he's trying to do with a young side that lack experience. But like I've just said, I allude to the fact that really fair play to them. They need to hold their heads high. They've gone toe to toe with us there for 94 minutes and was unlucky not to get something at the end. Mateus has made a good save, and it just shows that we lack concentration. We have done throughout the season, but we've got away with it tonight.
Because is that the key thing you can take from that? Let's say key thing. One of the things you take, the lots of concentration hasn't come to as in the backside.
Yeah, 100%. We made excuses the first quarter, half of the season about can't legislate for the amount of injuries we had. Then we've found some form. We've then dipped again. We've then found some form. We've then dipped again. So there's been patterns throughout the season. It's been a massive learning curve for me and the gaffer. I look at him and I've seen him in a different light this season because, without sounding that we're ego-driven, we haven't been in this situation before in the 17 years we've been managing. So, we have to come back from this. We've had some sleepless nights. We've still had some great days. But ultimately, it's been a massive learning curve. And it's just nice that we can not so much take the foot off the gas, but really go and enjoy the Chorley game now and enjoy the Alfreton game at home. Last game of the season where, we hope we can finish strong now. Give the supporters what we believe they deserve, which is a bit of success in the last 2 games, and give them something to look forward to next season.
I was going to say, that's a good thing to hear, but talking on that, obviously, recently, starting today, this is game 101 as Radcliffe managers. What have you got to say on that achievement?
Yeah, I've loved it. It's been a roller coaster. The first season you come in, we knew we'd do well the first season. I'm not saying we'd win the league by any stretch because you look at the likes of your Workshops, Macclesfield. There's some big clubs in there that probably fancied the south. We've come in off the back of finishing 7th or 8th this season before we come in. We've gone on an unbelievable run. Got the success that we wanted, not that we thought we'd get, but what we wanted, and we probably come into this season a little bit blind and maybe a little bit arrogant and didn't show the league the respect we probably should have done. But again, I say Jono's alluded to the fact that there's 9 full-time sides in this league, and people say it week in, week out about, they're full-time. Listen, if you make the right decisions at the right time, then you've got half a chance. Yes, they'll be fitter, and yes, they've got more time to work on things. But ultimately, it's the decision-making that I believe, where we fell short. And yeah, we've had injuries throughout, and so's everybody of the team, and so's everybody else make excuses that we've made. But ultimately, it's not an excuse culture here. It's roll our sleeves up, take our medicine. We have to get better next season. We've got to be more consistent. And like you say, we can start building now, given the opportunity. Like you say, we'll put a few wrongs right, but yeah, we start to build now from now till for next season. And like you say, we know where we need to get stronger, and hopefully we can avoid the upset in terms of injuries and whatnot next year, and hopefully like I say, put a few wrongs right.